All right, strap yourselves in, folks, because today we're going deep on something seriously massive.
Oh, yeah.
A proposed $500 billion AI infrastructure project.
Wow.
They're calling it Stargate.
Okay.
Our source material is an article titled, "Trump Unveils $500 Billion Stargate AI Infrastructure Project, a New Era in Artificial Intelligence." And let me tell you, the ambition here is off the charts.
Yeah.
We're talking about reshaping the whole technological landscape, not just in the US, but globally.
Wow.
So get ready to explore the potential impact of this Stargate project, because this is a deep dive you won't want to miss.
I'm ready.
What I find really striking about this Stargate project is that it's not just about throwing money at AI research,
Right.
It's about building a complete ecosystem to support its development.
Yeah, it's more like building a high-tech city dedicated to artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Complete with all the infrastructure and resources it needs to thrive.
Okay, so I'm picturing a futuristic AI metropolis. What are the key elements that make up this city?
Well, the article outlines 4 major components.
Okay.
First, you have AI-specific data centers. These are the powerhouses that will crunch the immense amounts of data needed to train and run advanced AI models.
So these data centers are like the beating heart of Stargate, pumping out the raw computing power that fuels everything else?
Exactly. Then you have high-speed connectivity networks.
Okay.
Think of these as the nervous system allowing for seamless communication and data transfer between different parts of the Stargate ecosystem.
So it's like building a superhighway for data connecting everything and everyone within this AI city?
Precisely. Next, you have cutting-edge research labs.
Okay.
These are the brain trusts where the brightest minds in AI will gather to push the boundaries of what's possible.
So we've got the raw power, the connections, and the brain power, but what about the rules of the road? How do we ensure that this AI city doesn't become a Wild West?
Right. That's where the 4th component comes in.
Okay.
Ethical and safety frameworks.
Okay.
Stargate recognizes that AI is incredibly powerful and must be developed responsibly.
Yeah.
They're emphasizing guidelines and protocols to ensure that AI aligns with human values and benefits society as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be honest, when I first heard about Stargate, I thought, why Texas?
Right.
You don't immediately associate the Lone Star State with...
Blending edge AI research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going on there?
Well, it's what makes this choice so fascinating.
Okay.
It signals a potential shift in the geography of tech innovation.
Okay.
Texas offers a business-friendly environment, abundant land for these massive data centers and existing tech hubs like Austin and Dallas.
Yeah.
It's a strategic move to attract talent and investment, potentially creating a rival to Silicon Valley.
And it's not just about attracting tech companies, right? This project is poised to have a massive economic impact on the entire state and beyond.
Absolutely. We're talking about tens of thousands of highly skilled jobs, a surge in private investment, and a ripple effect that could boost the entire U.S. economy.
Yeah, it's like planting a seed that could grow into an entire technological forest.
Yeah.
And you can't grow a forest without some serious financial backing.
Sure.
I was blown away to see the names attached to Stargate.
Yeah, like who?
Sam Altman from OpenAI.
Huge.
Larry Ellison from Oracle.
Wow.
Masayoshi Son from SoftBank.
These are giants.
These aren't just random investors. These are giants in the tech and finance world.
Yeah.
So what do you make of their involvement?
It speaks volumes about the potential of Stargate. You don't get heavy hitters like that on board unless they see a genuine opportunity for innovation.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, a significant return on their investment.
Yeah.
It's almost like a stamp of approval from the titans of the tech industry.
It definitely adds an extra layer of intrigue, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're talking about a project with the potential to reshape industries, create jobs, and maybe even redefine what's possible with AI.
It's huge.
But it also raises some important questions about the global landscape. How does Stargate fit into the bigger picture of international competition in the AI field?
That's a key question. The U.S. faces stiff competition from China and the EU,
Right.
both of which are heavily investing in AI research and development.
Yeah.
Stargate is a clear signal that the U.S. is determined to maintain its leadership position in this critical field.
So it's a power play, a statement that America isn't going to be left behind in the race for AI dominance.
Yeah, you could say that.
But beyond the economic implications, there are some pretty significant geopolitical factors at play here.
Oh, absolutely.
How does a project like Stargate affect the balance of power on the world stage?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Imagine the national security implications of a project like this.
Yeah.
We're talking about potentially enhancing capabilities in intelligence analysis, cybersecurity, even military applications.
Wow.
It's a game changer in terms of how countries wield power and influence in the 21st century.
So it's not just about building cool technology, it's about shaping the future of global power dynamics.
It really is.
That's a pretty heavy responsibility.
Yeah, it is. And it's not just the government calling the shots here.
Oh, really?
One of the most intriguing aspects of Stargate is its collaborative approach.
Okay.
It's a true public-private partnership with the government, providing funding and direction, while the private sector brings its expertise, agility, and innovation to the table.
It sounds like a powerful combination. What are the advantages of this kind of collaboration? Is it just about pooling resources, or is there something deeper going on?
It's about leveraging the strengths of both sectors. The government can provide the large-scale vision and funding, while the private sector brings the speed, flexibility, and market-driven approach that's often missing in government-led initiatives.
So it's like a dynamic duo combining the best of both worlds to achieve a common goal.
Precisely. And the potential benefits of this model are huge.
Like what?
Imagine accelerated progress, shared benefits for both industry and society, and a more efficient use of resources. It's a win-win scenario.
Okay, so far, Stargate sounds like a dream come true. A perfect storm of innovation, collaboration, and economic potential.
It's exciting.
But let's be real, no project of this magnitude comes without its fair share of challenges.
Of course not. That's where we need to put on our critical thinking caps and examine the potential downsides.
Right.
Because while the vision is exciting, it's crucial to acknowledge the hurdles that Stargate will inevitably face.
Right. Let's play devil's advocate for a moment.
Okay.
What are the biggest red flags we should be looking out for? What could potentially go wrong with a project of this scale?
Well, for starters, there are the regulatory hurdles.
Yeah.
Building an AI infrastructure of this magnitude will involve navigating a complex web of rules and regulations at both the state and federal levels.
Yeah, I can imagine.
This could slow down progress and create unexpected roadblocks.
Yeah, red tape can be a real buzzkill. What else should we be wary of?
Then there's the question of sustainability. AI systems are notorious for their energy consumption, and a project like Stargate will require a massive amount of power.
Yeah.
Texas's commitment to renewable energy is a positive sign.
Sure.
But we need to ensure that Stargate doesn't end up contributing to environmental problems in the name of progress.
So it's all about striking a balance between technological advancement and environmental responsibility.
It is a tightrope walk for sure.
It is. And one that requires careful planning and execution.
Absolutely.
We need to be asking tough questions, demanding transparency, and ensuring that Stargate is developed with sustainability in mind from day one.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, so we've identified some potential challenges, regulatory hurdles, sustainability concerns.
Right.
But let's not forget that Stargate also represents an incredible opportunity.
Oh, for sure.
If we can navigate these challenges successfully, the potential benefits are enormous.
That's the exciting part. Imagine breakthroughs in healthcare, education, transportation, even in our understanding of the universe.
I mean, wow.
The possibilities with AI are practically limitless, and Stargate could be the key that unlocks them.
It's a bold vision, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it's got me thinking, if Stargate actually pulls it off, what could the world look like in 10 years?
That's a fantastic question, and one that deserves some serious thought. Because the decisions we make today about AI will have far-reaching consequences for generations to come.
Well, listeners, we've just scratched the surface of Stargate, and there's so much more to unpack. Join us in part 2 as we delve deeper into the potential impact of this project on the future of technology, the economy, and even our daily lives.
Until then, we encourage you to explore the topic further and form your own conclusions about the potential of Stargate and the future of AI. It's a conversation that needs all of our voices.
See you in part 2.
See ya.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Stargate.
Yes.
Last time we explored the vision behind this ambitious project and the key players involved.
Right.
It's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's crucial to look beyond the hype and examine the potential downsides. You know those what-if scenarios that keep you up at night?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So let's talk about those what-ifs. What are some of the risks or challenges that Stargate might face as it moves forward?
Well, one concern that comes to mind is the potential for regional economic disparity.
Okay.
While Stargate could create a booming tech hub in Texas.
Right.
It's important to consider the impact on other regions of the country.
Yeah.
Could this lead to a brain drain from other states,
Right.
or even exacerbate existing economic inequalities?
It's like that old saying, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah.
But what if Stargate's tide only lifts the boats in Texas?
Right, exactly.
That's a valid concern.
And it highlights the need for careful planning and consideration of the broader economic impact.
Yeah.
Perhaps there are ways to mitigate these disparities, such as investing in education and training programs in other regions to create a more distributed workforce.
It's about ensuring that the benefits of Stargate are shared more equitably, not concentrated in a single geographic area.
Precisely. Another potential challenge is the issue of job displacement.
Okay.
As AI systems become more sophisticated,
Right.
they're likely to automate many tasks currently performed by humans.
Yeah.
This could lead to job losses in various sectors, from manufacturing and transportation to even white-collar jobs like accounting and data entry.
So while Stargate promises to create new jobs in the tech sector, it also raises the specter of unemployment for those whose skills become obsolete in an AI-driven economy.
It's true.
It's a tricky balance.
It certainly is. And it underscores the need for proactive measures,
Like what?
such as retraining programs and initiatives that help workers adapt to the changing job market.
Right.
Perhaps Stargate itself could play a role in fostering these initiatives,
Okay.
ensuring that the transition to an AI-powered economy is as smooth and equitable as possible.
It's about acknowledging that technological progress often comes at a social cost, and taking steps to minimize that cost for those who are most vulnerable.
Precisely. And speaking of vulnerability, another concern is the potential for the concentration of power.
Yeah.
If a handful of companies and government agencies control the development and deployment of AI,
Right.
we could end up with a very undemocratic system.
Okay.
Imagine a world where AI is used for surveillance, censorship, or even social control. It's a dystopian scenario, but one that we need to be mindful of.
It's like that classic sci-fi trope where technology falls into the wrong hands and is used to oppress rather than empower. How do we safeguard against that happening with Stargate?
That's where transparency and accountability come into play.
Okay.
We need to ensure that the development and deployment of AI are subject to public scrutiny, ethical guidelines, and democratic oversight.
Yeah.
Stargate can't be a black box. It needs to be open to inspection and accountable to the public.
So it's about building trust, not just in the technology itself,
Right.
but in the institutions and individuals who are developing and controlling it.
Exactly. And that requires open dialogue, public engagement, and a commitment to ethical principles throughout the entire process.
Okay, we've talked about some pretty heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Economic disparities, job displacement, the concentration of power.
Right.
It's easy to get bogged down in the potential downsides.
Sure.
But let's not forget that Stargate also represents an incredible opportunity.
It does.
If we can navigate these challenges successfully, the potential benefits are enormous.
That's what keeps me optimistic. Imagine the breakthroughs in healthcare,
Yeah.
where AI is used to develop personalized treatments, diagnose diseases earlier, and even extend our lifespans.
Oh.
Or think about education, where AI tutors could provide individualized learning experiences for every student, regardless of their background or ability.
It's like democratizing access to knowledge and healthcare, giving everyone the opportunity to reach their full potential.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
AI could revolutionize transportation,
Yeah.
making it safer and more efficient. It could help us tackle climate change by optimizing energy consumption and developing sustainable solutions.
Wow.
It could even help us explore the universe in ways we haven't even imagined yet.
It's mind-boggling to think about the possibilities. But as you said earlier, it all hinges on responsible development and deployment.
It does.
We need to ensure that AI is used to empower humanity, not to control or divide us.
That's the challenge and the opportunity before us. Stargate is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us to decide which path we want to take.
It sounds like a pivotal moment in history, a fork in the road where the choices we make today will determine the course of our future. So where do we go from here? How do we ensure that Stargate lives up to its potential while avoiding the pitfalls we've discussed?
That's the million-dollar question, and one that we'll continue to explore in part 3 of our deep dive.
Okay.
Stay tuned, because the conversation is just getting started.
We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back to the deep dive.
Part 3.
We've been unpacking Stargate, this colossal AI project,
All right.
and we've explored both its dazzling potential and the shadows it casts.
Yeah.
So the big question is,
The big question is,
how do we make sure this thing actually benefits humanity as a whole, not just a select few?
Absolutely.
What needs to happen to make Stargate a success story we can all be proud of?
It's not a simple answer, that's for sure.
Right.
It requires a multi-pronged approach, a commitment from everyone involved.
Like who?
The government industry leaders, researchers, and even everyday citizens like you.
Right.
We all have a stake in this.
Okay, let's break it down. What are the essential ingredients for Stargate's success?
First and foremost, we need to bake ethical considerations into the very core of this project.
Okay.
It can't just be about raw power and technological advancement.
Yeah.
Stargate has to be about building AI that aligns with human values.
Right.
That respects our rights and freedoms.
So it's not just about the code, it's about the principles guiding the code. How do we make sure those principles aren't just empty words?
That's where robust frameworks and guidelines come in.
Okay.
We need clear rules of the road for data collection, algorithm design, and how these AI systems are actually deployed in the real world.
Yeah.
And these frameworks can't just gather dust on a shelf. They have to be enforced with real accountability.
You're talking about oversight, making sure there are checks and balances to prevent misuse and ensure this incredible power is used responsibly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where public engagement becomes crucial.
Yeah.
We can't just leave these decisions to a handful of experts behind closed doors.
Right.
We need a broad societal conversation about the implications of AI. Everyone from ethicists and philosophers to community leaders, and yes, even you listening right now,
Yeah.
should have a voice in shaping this future.
It's like we need a democracy of AI where everyone has a say in how this technology is developed and used. I love that idea.
It's about democratizing AI, ensuring it serves the interests of the many, not just the few.
Right.
And speaking of serving the many, we can't forget about education and workforce development.
Yeah.
As AI reshapes industries, we need to equip people with the skills to thrive in this new landscape.
So alongside building the AI of the future, we need to prepare people for the future of work.
Precisely. Think about investing in STEM education retraining program and initiatives that foster lifelong learning. We need to make sure that no one is left behind in this technological revolution.
It's about making sure the benefits of Stargate are shared widely, and that everyone has the opportunity to participate in this AI-powered economy. But as we discussed earlier, there's also the risk of concentrating too much power in the hands of a few.
And that's why international collaboration is so vital.
Okay.
AI is a global issue that transcends national borders.
Sure.
We need to establish international standards, share best practices, and address the challenges collectively. Imagine a world where countries work together to harness the power of AI for the common good.
It's a hopeful vision, one, where we move beyond competition and embrace cooperation using AI to solve some of humanity's biggest challenges.
Challenges like climate change, poverty, disease.
Yeah.
These are problems that require global solutions.
Yeah.
And AI, if developed and deployed responsibly, could be a powerful tool in our arsenal.
So it seems like we've got a roadmap for success here.
Okay.
Ethical frameworks, public engagement, education and workforce development, and international collaboration.
That's it.
It's a tall order, but if we get it right, the payoff could be huge.
The potential is truly awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where AI helps us live healthier, longer lives, where education is personalized and accessible to everyone, where we've conquered disease and created a sustainable future. That's the promise of Stargate, and it's a promise worth fighting for.
It's definitely a vision worth pondering.
It is.
And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into Stargate.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of ground, explored complex issues, and hopefully sparked some thought-provoking conversations.
It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you.
Nice.
And to our listeners, we encourage you to continue learning, stay informed, and engage in the discussions shaping the future of AI. Because the future is not something that just happens to us, it's something we create together.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
See ya.
Until next time, keep those minds curious and those conversations flowing.